Have you ever had a moment where you felt happy, genuinely happy, only to feel a strange shadow creeping in, whispering that it wouldn't last? Have you ever chased a dream, thinking it would make you complete, only to arrive at the destination feeling more lost than ever? Welcome back to our channel, friends. Here, we unravel the inner threads of the human experience. The truth is about life, self-awareness, and those subtle traps of the mind that shape everything we do. Today, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood goals of human existence: happiness, but not the happiness sold in commercials or shouted in self-help slogans. We're talking about real, grounded, soul-level happiness and the invisible mistakes that keep snatching it away. Everyone says they want to be happy. Entire economies revolve around this desire. Industries sell products by promising it. Families, schools, and societies rape expectations based on it. But despite the obsession, very few people feel they truly have it. Let's start by exploring the first of 3 critical misunderstandings about happiness, and misunderstandings so widespread and so ingrained that most people spend their entire lives suffering because of them without even realizing it. The first mistake is believing that happiness is permanent. At once you find it, whether it's in life, career, money, health, or family, that should stay with you, like a trophy on a shelf. But here's the truth. Happiness is never static. It's a wave. It comes, it goes, and trying to make it last forever is like trying to freeze the ocean. Think of your life. Have you ever experienced something that made you feel deeply fulfilled? Maybe a wedding, a graduation, a promotion, the birth of a child, or a moment the world seems perfect. But then, time passes, life moves, challenges arise, and that perfect moment becomes a memory. Many people panic when this happens. Why don't I feel as good as I did before? What's wrong with me? But nothing is wrong. This is the nature of life. The moment you start expecting happiness to last forever, you've already started suffering. This belief sets us up for disappointment, and worse, it makes us fearful of losing what we have. You finally find a great relationship, but now you're anxious it might end. You get a dream job, but you can't sleep for fear of losing it. You finally feel joy, and immediately start grieving its future absence. This isn't happiness. This is emotional insecurity disguised as joy. So what's the alternative? Instead of trying to possess happiness, learn to appreciate it. When joy comes, greet it like a guest. Sit with it, smile, and when it leaves, as all guests eventually do, thank it and let it go. True happiness lies not in permanence, but in presence. The second mistake is believing that happiness comes from the outside. We've been taught to measure joy by external indicators: wealth, fame, relationships, achievements. From the moment we're born, we are fed the script: get good grades, get into a good school, get a high-paying job, find a partner, buy a house, raise a family, retire with security, and you'll be happy. But so many people follow that script to the letter and still feel empty. They check every box, only to ask, is this it? Here's the hard truth. Happiness sorts entirely from the outside will always be vulnerable. It's at the mercy of circumstances you can't control. Markets crash, people leave, bodies ache, things break. If your joy depends entirely on these things, then it's like building a house on the shore during hurricane season. Real happiness begins within, not in some abstract, mystical sense, but in a very real and practical one. When your mind is calm, when your heart is at peace, when you feel aligned with your values and purpose, even simple moments become beautiful. You don't need a luxury vacation to feel life. You don't need applause to feel worthy. You just need to feel whole right where you are. There's an old story of a man who climbed a mountain to meet a wise teacher. "I've done everything they told me to do," he said. "I have money, respect, success, but I'm not happy." The teacher looked at him and said, "You've built a beautiful life around a hollow center. Now it's time to fill that center." And that is the work most of us avoid. We think the next milestone will fix everything. Once I get promoted, then I'll be happy. Once I get married, then I'll be happy. Once I move to that city, then I'll be happy. But this is a game with no finish line. Because even when we reach the happiness doesn't last and we start chasing again. This constant chase is not ambition, it's addiction. And like all addictions, it ends in emptiness. Which brings us to the third mistake, believing happiness can be continuous. We think we can string together moments of pleasure, like beads on a necklace, and wear that as our life. But happiness doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. The belief that happiness should be constant creates anxiety. When we are happy, we worry about losing it. When we are not, we believe something is wrong. We resist sadness, avoid pain, numb discomfort. We judge ourselves when we don't feel joy, as if being human is a failure. But what if happiness isn't supposed to be a continuous state? What if it's meant to be a visitor, a signal, a whisper from the soul that you are aligned, if only for a moment? When we stop demanding happiness to stay, we start appreciating it when it comes. We stop fearing its absence, and paradoxically, we become more content. We stop chasing highs and start finding meaning. Think about the most peaceful people you knew. Are they always happy? But they're steady. They're present. They don't resist sadness. They don't panic in the face of uncertainty. They've stopped expecting life to feel good all the time. And in doing so, they've created the conditions for true peace to grow. So how do we move forward? First, we stop measuring happiness by intensity. Happiness doesn't need to be fireworks. Sometimes, it's just a quiet moment on the porch, warm cup of tea, walk through autumn leaves, the sound of a friend's voice, moment of stillness. Second, we reclaim our inner life. We invest in silence, reflection, meditation, journaling, therapy, prayer, whatever helps us tune into what's happening inside. When the inner world is rich, the outer world loses its power to control us. Third, we practice gratitude, and not as a trick to feel good, but as a recognition of the miracle that is the present moment. Every breath is unpromised. Every morning you wake up is a gift. Every person you love is a temporary blessing. Let that sink in. Happiness, then, is not a destination. It's not a state to achieve. It's a way of being with what is. Mindset of openness. Choice to see beauty even in the ordinary. One elderly man once said, "When I was young, I chased happiness like a fool. I sit in my garden and listen to birds, and I wonder why I ever thought I needed more." His joy wasn't light, but it was real. So ask yourself, have you been chasing happiness like a shadow, only to miss the sunlight around you? Have you been demanding happiness to be permanent, external, or continuous, and suffering as a result? So, let today be a turning point. Please. Let go of the myths and start walking the path of quiet, grounded, honest joy. This message resonates with you. If you've ever felt the confusion of having everything but still feeling nothing, share your story in the comments below. Let others know they're not alone. Let's build a community not just of happy people, but of real people, courageous enough to face life as it is, and wise enough to find beauty within it. Like this video if it touched something in you. Subscribe if you want more reflections like this. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the soul. And if you'd like to support our channel, consider becoming a member. Your support helps us create more meaningful content for seekers like you. Thank you for watching this video. May your path be clear, your heart be light, and your moments be full of meaning. We'll see you in the next one.